up, everyone? This is XTI. It's been a long time. I missed you. I'm sure you missed me. I finally got a job so I can make more videos and spend more time on this, and I'm streaming more now, but I'll be able to make videos a lot more often. This is basically, of course, the 5.4 tips and tricks for Forge and Guide for rogues and the buffs and nerfs I'm going to be going over in my personal opinion where he's going to be at. I'm going to try to keep the video short, so let's just get right into it. Ambush has gotten a 12% damage buff. Evasion from 50% went to 100% dodge chance. That is awesome. It really helps towards hunters, but even though the pet's behind you, it still hits like a truck. But for every other class, it is really, really awesome to be able to dodge 100%. Eviscerate now does 10% less damage. Doesn't really matter. It was hitting probably a tad bit too hard. Anyways, I was critting people for like 130 Ks in Subtlety. It was pretty crazy. Fan and Ice damage has been increased by 25%. Whatever. Recuperate now now heals you for 4% of your health every 3 seconds instead of 3%. Plus, if you have the PvP gear, it goes up by 1%. And then if you have the Glyph like me, it goes up by another 1% healing. Oh, it's in combat, sorry. But, so that is 6% total healing that you'll be receiving with that Glyph. 6%. So it totally doubled from last patch, which is awesome because 6% is really nice. Sinister Strike now deals 240% weapon damage, up from 145. Oh well, I guess it didn't. Oh, that's not Sinister Strike. Well, yeah. So it does 240 from 145, but costs 10 more energy. Uh, that's kind of big, 10 energy, but your combat, so it's not really that big of a deal because you have a lot of energy regen, but you'll definitely notice a difference. Assassination Rogues. Dispatch now deals 645% weapon damage, up from 460. That is a huge, huge buff to Dispatch. Dispatch was already hitting decently hard, but I can notice that whenever I was trying to kill someone with Dispatch, which is supposed to be our execute technically, it wouldn't actually execute someone. Like warriors can out heal the damage from Dispatch with their second win, and they can survive. Like even if I'm spamming it, Dispatch, 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 it wouldn't kill them unless I got lucky with crits. Now it's 645% weapon damage, so it definitely hits like a truck. Um, Mutilate now deals 80% more weapon damage. 280 weapon damage up from 200%, which is great. This didn't, increase the energy cost or anything like that, so we're just generally hitting harder. Combat now gets a new passive. It's called Ruthlessness. It gives your finishing move 20% chance per combo point to add a combo point to your target. So basically, every time you get 5 combo points, you do Eviscerate, Rupture, whatever, you get 1 extra combo point on your next rotation, which is good. It helps, helps you be able to Eviscerate more and stuff like that, but nothing really exciting, nothing really that big. Killing Spree is the biggest buff to combat this patch. Killing Spree targeting has been changed. If Blade Flurry is not active, Killing Spree will now hit the rogue's target 7 times, or pick the closest legible target if none has been selected. Killing Spree will continue to work as it has while Blade Flurry is active. So basically, if you're hitting this target and you Killing Spree, you won't fly to this one, and you won't fly to that one. You just sit there and poke the guy in the butt with Killing Spree 7 times. And remember, Killing Spree, you cannot be targeted and you cannot be CC'd. You're just flashing around the place, hitting people really, really hard and melting them. That is what Killing Spree was. Before, if you had a Killing Spree, if there's any other targets, pets, demons, summons, anything that was enemy-wise, you would flash to them and they will share the damage. But now it is only the person you're targeting, which makes combat now viable in arenas, because the burst is now there, which is great. Revealing Strike had the damage increase has been up by 35%. 35% more weapon damage for Revealing Strike, which is great. You don't really do Revealing Strike that much, but hey, it's just extra damage, so whatever. Vitality now increases attack power by 40%, up from 30, which is also really good. 10% more attack power, which is 5% more agility. Awesome. Backstab for Subtlety has been increased by, what is that? 105%. 105%. Before it was 275% weapon damage. Now it is 380% weapon damage for backstab. That is gonna really, really hurt with the already passives for Subtlety, which is the talent you can get, Prey of the Weak. Whenever you disable someone with Kidney Shot, Chief Shot, Gouge, Sap, or Blind, they suffer 10% more damage from any sources. Kidney Shot, backstab spam. They're getting hit hard. Never mind with Sanctuary Vein, which they also buffed. It is now 25% more extra damage, up from 50. Up from 20, sorry. Increase the damage to your rupture ability by 50% and causes you to deal 25% more additional damage to targets afflicted by your rupture, growth, or crimson tempest. So that is 35% more damage just because you have your bleed on them and they're stunned. And of course, the buff to backstab will make it very nice to backstab people. Hemorrhage now deals 20% more weapon damage, 140 weapon damage before, now it's 160. 232 weapon damage if a dagger is equipped, up from 203 for daggers. Sanctuary, oh yeah, I already told you. Burst of speed cost has been reduced to 15 energy down from 30. When Burst of Speed first came out, it was complete crap. You could only use it twice before you use completely It does not get you out of roots. It gets you out of snares and slows, but not roots, which made it completely useless. So then they lowered it down. They lowered it down every patch. They lowered it down, but people still wouldn't take it that much unless you wanted to be the flag carrier in a BG. Otherwise, it was completely useless in arenas. Cheat Death now reduces the damage taken by 85% after activating, up from 80. Cheat Death has always been a great thing to have, but it only activates at 10% of your life. 10%. That's still a shadow burn. That's still in a good crit execute away from you dropping again. I never really seen rogues actually get away and live after Cheat Death has been activated. It's just too low. If you're at 10%, touch death, boom, you're dead. Period. Now, of course, after it procs, because that'd be really bad. They cheat death, you touch your death. Cloak of Dagger now allows the rogue to use ambush, grow, and cheap shot from 40 yards away, up from 30, which is cool. But I don't really see rogues using it anymore after the nerf to the Shadow Dance. But if you still like it, then that's obviously still your opinion. Sorry, I'm lagging like crazy right now. Night Stalker damage has been increased by 25%, and before it was 25% extra damage while you're in stealth. Now it's 50, which is going to make low-level BGs a pain in the ass for rogues. For everyone else except for rogues. Rogues just going to come in one-shot you. Literally with ambush. Paralytic Poison now stuns the target at 4 application of the poison, down from 5 applications. As you probably noticed, this dummy is getting stunned all the time. It's just DR just now, but it getting stunned all the time because since your assassination, we get extra, poison application and stuff like that. So we're constantly going to be able to stun and all that good stuff. Shadow Step now has a reduced cooldown of 20 seconds, down from 24. I cannot explain how happy I am to finally be able to keep on top of rogues. I cannot explain it. It's an amazing feeling to know that rogues will no longer be able to just kite me around and sit on my face. Now, whenever they flood blink, I blink. I shadow step to them and stay on them. And major glyphs. Glyph of Adrenaline Rush effects is now baseline and has been replaced with Glyph of Redirect. Glyph of Redirect now reduces the cooldown redirect by 50 seconds, down from Redirect no longer having a cooldown from the talent. So 50 seconds, that's 10 seconds every redirect you can have. Most people don't really use redirect that much, but if your comp requires a lot of CC and just like overtime dots like assassination and lock, and you just want to be able to CC people and let them melt by themselves, then that's a really good thing. But the glyph that before for Adrenaline Rush, it was whenever you proc it, your global cooldowns on your Sinister Strike and Revealing Strike, and I think I'm not really sure if it's everything, but I know your global cooldown went down on some of your attacks, so you can spam your moves quicker. Never mind plus the extra energy regen, which is really helpful. Glyph of Blind now also removes damage over time effects that will cause Blind to break. For rogues that also have Dirty Tricks talent, this means Blind will no longer remove the rogue's poison or bleed effects. So basically, they took what made that talent viable for assassination and they put it into a glyph. Pretty much what they did. That talent was really awesome, just because you can gouge people and let them sit with your bleeds and your dots and stuff like that while you regen and then go back in there. Or with blind, if you don't want to break your blind and you want to keep doing damage, it was great because you can blind them. Your dots and poison will still tick while you regen energy and go back stealth and get a reopener. It's really nice. Glyph of Crippling Poison been replaced with Glyph of Sharpened Knives. Glyph of Sharpened Knives now causes a fan of knives to also damage the armor of its victim, applying one application of weakened armor effect to each target. That's really good, but you don't want to be spamming fan of knives just to get that armor debuff. Not at all. Glyph of Debilation has been replaced with Glyph of Recovery. Glyph of Recovery increases the healing received by the rogue while Recuperate is active. So it basically it's this talent. I mean this recovery. While Recuperate is active, you receive 20% increased healing from other sources. So basically, it doesn't increases your Recuperate heal, which would have been really nice. It increases how much healing you get from everything else to make you less squishy, which is always nice because rogues are really squishy. Glyph of Sap has been replaced with Glyph of Hemorrhaging Veins. Glyph of Hemorrhaging Veins causes Sanctuary Veins' ability to also increase damage done to targets affected by hemorrhage, which is an absolute need. Where is it? There it goes. This for Subtlety is absolutely needed. No other glyph is more important than Hemorrhaging Veins. Hemorrhaging Veins is the glyph that will make Subtlety OP. Just because you do not have to waste combo points on what's it called? Rupture anymore. You just have to spam hemorrhage. Spam hemorrhage, let the bleed go off. Even though the bleed is not that strong, you still get the 25% bonus buff from Sanctuary Veins when you're spamming hemorrhage for your eviscerates. This glyph is by all means needed for Subtlety. I'm gonna get it sooner or later too. I just, since it's new, I haven't bought it. Rogue tier, oh wait, Glyph of Headhunter. Oh, these are minor glyphs. Okay. But yeah, Rogue tier 15 4-piece set bonus now causes Shadow Blaze to reduce the cost of all abilities by 15%, down from 40. That's PvE wise. And Bug Fix an issue where certain conditions can cause Blade Flurry to not deal damage to additional nearby opponents. Well, that's all for that's all of the update notes and stuff like that. But what I think is right now rogues are really weak just because of the buff to resilience, where everyone has a base resilience of 72%, and even more because of the trinket bonus thing they get, where if you have both the Tyrannical proc trinket and the activate trinket, you get 2,600 more resilience, which just goes into 75% more resilience. But because rogues are so gear based, we do not hit hard at all. Like, I've never killed a DK so far in this new patch, and I usually rape DKs. Just because conversion and their damage and my damage is not up to par with all their defenses and their natural resilience. Never mind necrotics, they can just sit there and absorb all my healing and make me, cry. Combat is good only if you can get the red what is it called? The red thing where you get extra bonus damage. like the little proc. If you can get that red for 30% extra damage, you can get them in a stun for the trinket, and then you killing spree them with the with your activate trinket, they're gonna die. They're gonna go down really fast. Not right now, you probably won't be able to get the kill, but they will definitely be in a state where of emergency where they have to do something or else they will die. Subtlety is obviously amazing right now. Obviously, not still as good as DK's, but they're in a decent pace, better place than Assassination that relies on their dots, and Killing Spree where it relies on its burst. Subtlety is constant damage along with Assassination, but Subtlety is just more controlled damage, if you know what I mean. Where they can put the bleeds on you, kidney shot you, backstab spam, eviscerates, dodge stuff like that. While Assassination, you rely on your dots. So it's really up to you what you want to play. Next season, combat, all three specs are going to be simply amazing for damage. Now, will it fix their squishiness? Um, I think so. With the extra 50% on your dodge, if you have combat readiness and a plus all the 3% more healing and the glyph for the healing, I think we should be able to get up there fairly easy, way easier than we were before, just because of the damage. All we really have to look out for is just DKs. Mages are no longer a problem because their mastery is complete poop. But that's basically what I think, guys. This is my guide. Assassination is the same thing for glyphs. Talents, same thing. Subterfuge, combat readiness, elusiveness, shadow step, paralytic poison, mark for death, or anticipation depending on how you play. I went with combat on my off spec just because I wanted to see how the killing spree works, but subtlety is still a tad bit better until we get the gear for duels. But yeah, guys, this is XTI. I'm going to be making a video showing you duels and showing how the new classes are very soon. Subscribe and like and whatever else if you like my video. See you guys later.